Greetings, back with another Dusty Groove unboxing, and as you probably can see, this one's a big one. In fact, this is the biggest package I've gotten from them in all the years I've been buying from them, many years. Fully taking advantage of some bargains and bundling to get down the postage cost. So let's tuck on in, pre-cut, get cracking, and let's hope this one doesn't fall off. But this shall be interesting because I've never got a box this big. Alright. Oh, looks really well boxed up again. Okay, so a couple of CDs, and I'll just rip on through, one-handed style, sorry. Okay. Try to do one-handed style. Alright. Let's see. Firstly, I like to get myself some cheap jazz second-hand CDs. Get a Gilberto, featuring Antonio Carlos Jobim, or Wabim, or not sure how you pronounce. Anyway, $3 used CD. Looks the part, looks very nice, tasty, but the classic album on Verve there from '63. Got your bossa nova cracking, set a lot of standard of the trend of bossa nova in the early '60s there. Stan Getz on saxophone. But yeah, that's I got it on CD because it's one of those albums I'm not totally sure about, and I thought, well, I'll sample on CD cheap, before if I ever need to try to commit to vinyl, because the price was right. And also adding to my Miles cheap CD collection, I got Cookin' again for $3. I am actually getting this on vinyl in the meantime because I got a really good deal from Rare Waves in an EU pressing. But this is a nice convenient form, nice and cheap, and it doesn't add too much postage at all when you're adding the light CD. So used, but looks lovely, looks really good. But that's the CDs. Next, well, I'll give a sneak peek of the packaging for the vinyl because it's taped up this time. Oh, actually, I've just lifted and there's two bundles. So they've actually bundled it into two lots. Hardcore. Alright, so I'll try to do my best with this tape that doesn't get on the actual vinyl. But that's nicely wrapped. Sorry for the boring picture of the chair, but didn't want to give spoilers. Okay, so let's see what is in store because I've absolutely forgotten a lot of this. First up, reissue time. Nice. And Peebles, Part-Time Love, early one for her. On High Records, this is a High Records one from the early 70s. I think it's like 72 maybe, perhaps a 73, I'm not sure. Is it going to say, is it going to tell me? I don't know. But I know it's early, I just don't know where it says it. Obviously Willie Mitchell produced. It's saying 2009 High Record, but it's not from 2009. Yeah, I think it's about 72. Yeah, but Should be a good one. And the price was absolutely right with that. Marked at $10, list price $22. So being the blue sticker from Dusty Groove means it's had some sort of discount reduction, and I'll take that. Today I'm going to move the records over because of this flap, so I don't damage anything. I'll just move them as they're done, because I think there's going to be too many there. Alright, the next one. Another reissue here. We've got another female singer, Gloria Barnes. Inconceivably Rare Soul. Dang. Alright, now $18, but that's not too bad when the list price was $25, you know. I like the retail, recommend the retail price. This is Uptown. Was a bit of an obscure album, I think, back then. I think it's in a gatefold from the feeling of it. I won't open it, but feels nice and pretty heavy there. Sort of soul, R&B soulish stuff. I've previewed this quite nice. And I think, where is it? That's saying 1971 there? No? I'm not sure. Yeah, 1971, there we go. So similar time as Ann Peebles, might be a little bit earlier. But again, that nice early 70s soul sound. Adding to my female vocalists. Next one now, this one's a bit of a different one. I've got a couple of different ones. This one is Do the Reggae Dance by the Tenors. I believe it's a compilation. Again, the price was very nice. Oh, look at that. $7 US. List price $23. So even if they originally listed as $20, probably. That's crap loads cheaper. So, you know. It says reggae dance, but I think it's sort of reggae-ish, ska-ish, maybe even a little bit rock steady. But I do like my old school stuff. It's just usually hard to get, obviously, get old singles, and I'm not a biggest fan of singles. So I just don't mind getting some sort of compilations, which I'm pretty sure this is, of some various singles of the Tenors, but under different names, as you can see there. So, yeah, nice price. So it's obviously maybe the Tenors playing with other people or on the label. But anyway, Do the Reggae Dance. I did preview some of this nice old school crunchy sound, single sounding. But a lot cheaper to buy it that form than trying to get some obscure singles from somewhere across the country, you know, across the world. Next, again, something a bit different. And this one is saying, again, it's a new one. It's got a nice, it's got a sleeve. The hype stickers on the sleeve, which is X-Ray Specs Germ-Free Adolescence with polystyrene. Classic punk era bratty punk stuff with classic track Bondage Up Yours. It's a really interesting album from back in the day. I'm trying to remember what year. It's probably like 1979 or 78, I think. Yeah, 78. Anyway, made in UK, reissue, brand new, but they've got it in this sleeve there, so that's interesting. It's a brand new, so maybe it's a sleeve within the sleeve, I'm not sure, but anyway, let's have a look here. Well, this is the thing, a limited US edition, 180 gram, which is nice, Dayglow pink vinyl. And a 4-panel 12-inch insert containing artwork, photos, and sleeve notes for those people who can't read. Official release, but anyway. I did pay a little bit for it because it's, you know, a nice reissue. and apparently sort of limited. But I've been after that album for a long time. Just been waiting for the right opportunity. A little bit more old school punk classic stuff in my life. Next up, another reissue. A High Rhythm on the Loose. This is the musicians that played on, I hazard to say, all the High Records tracks, backing tracks for people at Al Green. I'm not sure if it's all of them, but would have paid on a lot of them. And Peebles, possibly even Syl Johnson, stuff like that on High Records under Willie Mitchell. It's got a download, hopefully. But again, awesome price. I've had this on my watch list for a while. Usually it's been around the 15, even sometimes seen an original one. But again, with a list price of 22 there, give or take a bit, $10 US for a brand new sealed reissue. I'll do that. I've listened to it. It's kind of funky-ish instrumentals. It's not, I'll be honest, it's not earth-shattering. It's just a nice addition from a very important band. And the brothers can play. And all live too. I have no doubt they've cut this all, or most of it, live with probably very little multi-tracking, except if there's strings. Obviously that would have been extra, but those guys were known to be able to kick it in the studio live. Alright, next in the first package, and last one in the first package, again, been after this one for a long time. Did pay for it a bit. Story behind it, I had ordered it for, the package got stolen. The only time that's happened to me. I got refunded, so I've just reinvested that money to buy it again. Blue Note reissue, audiophile reissue, classic vinyl series. Bobby Hutcherson, San Francisco, featuring Harold Land. Classic pairing, they are great together. This band's this LP is early 70s from my understanding. I'm not sure what it's going to say there. There you go, 71. I was going to guess it, but anyway. It's one of a couple of Bobby Hutcherson, Harold Land ones I want to get. I want to get Head On, so I haven't gotten that. Might be enough of this. Listened to it a few times, streamed YouTube. Yeah, good stuff. Bobby Hutcherson on Vibes. Fantastic to have that now. Oh no, sorry, there is one more in this collection. And one I forgot I even bought, to be honest. But again, the right price for $9 US. Edwin Starr, War and Peace. With the song everyone knows, War. I believe he sort of self-produced this. He's on Motown. It's like 1969, 1970, so it's very early 70s, if that. Peace, brother. Not War. So, yeah, there you go, 1970. So it's a UMG, Universal Music Group reissue, but most of them are these days anyway, because they own most stuff these days. But again, soul funk, soul R&B, but it's nice early 70s stuff, so it's Motown, you know, well produced, crunchy enough for 70s, funky soul enough for Edwin Starr for that time. So nice to have that in the collection. 140. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that. I'll just put that back. I really did. Sorry, I skipped all this. 140 gram colored orange vinyl. 1,500 copies only. Well, I didn't even remember that, or didn't notice that, or whatever. I went, that's a great price of $9. Brand new for US. Yeah, that's cheaper than buying the original usually, from what I've seen. Alright, let's try to crack open this second lot. But I'm very impressed with the way they've parceled these together. It's holding tight. Very much appreciated. Okay, now some big recommendations. Again, a bit different, going a little bit on the psych angle here. So I'm really mixing up on this package with Love. Forever Changes. Tout has been one of these great classic albums I have listened to, so I do. It's not just from recommendations. I listened to it from recommendations and went, yeah, that's cool. Again, paid a bit for this 180 gram vinyl, but again, cheaper than buying the original and getting it in new condition. So I'm sure the pressing hopefully is really good from these days. Some really interesting tunes on here and instrumentation and arrangements. Made in Germany, so probably even better because they really look after their pressings and quality control usually, and that's on experience and on reputation, so that's good to know. It's probably pressed where a lot of the Blue Note reissues that are done. There you go, on Electra. There you go, and this is like late 60s. What is it? I forget which year. 67 or 68 or something like that. I'm pretty sure. I don't even know what it says. Oh. One for the research, eh? Looking forward to having that in my collection. Mix things up. And we'll keep going. Okay, we are being very eclectic this time. Now, BDP, Boogie Down Productions, Criminal Minded, I should say. Some sort of OG or early press. I'm assuming very good plus. Did pay the 17, but it is very good plus. So you know, looks really good shape here. Just would have to check on the pressing. But this is from 1987, so it is quite early golden age stuff, but classic stuff. I wasn't a massive BDP fan back in the day. Listened to them, sort of came back, revisited this one. Actually, this is better than I remember, which is usually the opposite of things you know from back in the day. Usually something's back in the day, you know, you think's better than you're listening, but this is the opposite. So I thought I'm going to get that with Scott LaRock in production there. A classic BDP from back in the day. Very influential album too. Let's put the 1987 on there. I'm just not sure about the pressing. I'll have to double check. But anyway, too late now. But good news is it looks very good. It's saying it's very good plus, so it should come up well. Looks well looked after. Alrighty, now we're going to kick it old school. Going way back old school. The pressing is not old school, but it's old school material from 1954. And we're going Bop from Clifford Brown All Stars. That is the original cover, I believe, on MRC, a Mercury subsidiary or whatever, their jazz one from back in the day. So it's nice they put the picture of the original on there. I think it would have been better if the whole cover was the original, and they just went, there's the original cover, guys. Go for it. But they're telling us it's 1954. But this is the thing. Look at that. $3. Very good plus. So yeah, that's what makes it different. That's what makes it $3, that it's a later press. I believe it's a late 70s pressing. So I've got one of these before on the same label, trip label here, but it was fine. That was absolutely fine, which is why I went again and went $3 for one of these. you know, it's a lot newer than a 54 one, so it's probably going to be better condition. And a lot cheaper. You just don't get the whole cover. But look, 2 massively long songs. Look at that. 21, 22. Cavern, I think, is the pick from what I remember. I'm sure Max Roach is probably on this. Probably says somewhere. He's kick-ass drummer. So I'm only assuming he's on there. We read it. I'm sure he's there somewhere. Oh, yeah, there we go. Max Roach. But yeah, so early bebop stuff, jazz, but it's nice. No doubt mono, hopefully, because I don't want them to record with that virtual stereo. So oh yeah, there we go, original mono recording, even better, which means I haven't messed with the stereo, fake stereo stuff they did in the 60s. All right, enough of that one. Some more jazz. For this one on Prestige, you know I love my Prestige. I've got some Gene Ammons, The Black Cat. So, from what I remember, this is some nice soul jazz. Again, I love my Prestige soul jazz from late 60s, early 70s. $12, very good. OG pressing, which I'm okay with because I do like them that way. I prefer them that way. No, really yellow, but who cares? Looks authentic, looks the bit. It is, and this is 71, I think. 71. So yeah, early 70s, it's the right era. Black Cat, I have listened to this. There's some really nice stuff on here. Love that era of Prestige, that style. Adding to my Prestige collection. Alrighty, and now another reissue coming your way. This one's sort of like a specialty reissue of a 70s band, one of those one-off sort of bands called Purple Image. Again, a bit of an inconsistent record. I was waiting till the price was right for this one, and it did come down to 15, which is very nice that it came down, because this one's apparently limited to 250 copies. Sort of, I think, sort of rocky funk, probably Hendrixy, you know, influence as the cover and the name probably suggests. But they're not the most totally consistent recording. So again, I think it's one of those things where they're generating interest in a sort of very much a lost band and LP. But this one is also silver vinyl edition, so that's why again this is a special one, and it, you know, had to wait till it came down in price. I think it was originally like 23, 24 US, so got some off for that. But look, it's one of those guilty pleasures of mine to get some of these obscure bands. I have previewed it. Yeah, they look funky, they look the part, you know, very Urbane Street looking there, you know, early 70s looking. I love that stuff. And some interesting songs, but yeah, just, I would say not the most consistent. But yeah, interesting, and you know, trying some different stuff here. I think most of it's early, yeah, 70s. I'm not sure it's going to tell us a year. But from memory, I think it's like around 73 maybe. Or something like that, 72, 73. But yeah, one of those oddity ones I was hoping would still be around when I was ready to pull the trigger, or hoping they would mark down, and patience paid off to get a bit cheaper. Really looking forward to seeing what vinyl looks like in silver, but apparently it's limited to 250 copies. Well, I'll believe that for now. Suspend disbelief if it's just one of those marketing tools. And I think this is lastly. That's a big one. Oh, that is a big one. All right, lastly, Now this is Cool and Together, not Cool and the Gang, Cool and Together. Now this is original recordings from 1970, 1977, so again it's a compilation, but it's actually a compilation I think it's been out for a while. So it's near mint minus, which is nice to get it, so it's basically almost like getting it brand new, I suppose, a few years ago. This, let me tell you, is heavy. There's a gatefolder happening. Look, it's the last one. I'll pull out the gatefold, hey? Just a sec. And, yeah, look, the funky part, but yeah, obviously reshoot. But this feels heavy. And yeah, one of these singles compilations of an obscure band. Who I'm assuming never had an album. And may have been on some different labels, as you probably can see here, different singles. So again, from what I remember, it's not, again, totally consistent. You can, probably suss that anyway from the years that have been covered. Oh, the back doesn't have a, there again, another Light in the Attic compilation. But, oops, stay in there. But being it's from 70 to 77, you can imagine that styles change, demands change, so their sound probably changed. But again, some nice crunchy stuff on here. Good to have it collected together. Singles you'd never probably see, and if you did, you'd probably have to pay through, you know what, to get them. Whereas buying it this way, yeah, you know, it's better. But yeah, I had to pay for it, but at least it's near mint, and it feels bloody heavy. So, and it looks really nice. So it looks like it's been really well looked after. Just a tiniest bit of wear there, but that might have even been before they bought it. That sometimes happens, you know. So yeah, funky soul stuff, and that's great. That was a long one. Hope you enjoyed. Howdy.